legacy.
Are you looking for a tax professional who truly cares about you and your business? Well, let Danaya Azure Radio help you out. Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by Upscale Tax Professionals. Upscale Tax Professionals offers a comprehensive suite of financial services designed to help businesses develop and maintain effective financial processes and management. Their three-tiered approach allows them to tailor their services to the specific needs of your company. Whether you need assistance with tax planning and preparation, accounting and bookkeeping, or strategic financial consulting, their team of experts is here to help. With years of experience working with businesses of all sizes and industries, they have the knowledge and expertise to help your company thrive. Contact them today and schedule your appointment at www.upscaletaxprofessionals.com. Learn more about how they can streamline your financial operations and maximize your bottom line. Tell them Danaya Azure Radio sent you.
Next legacy.
Hey, what's up? It's Danaya Azure. Be sure to follow me all over social media at Danaya Azure, DANAYAAZURE, and like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Danaya Designs for You, facebook.com/Danaya Azure Radio, and be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. Just type in Danaya Azure. Hey, what's up? It's Danaya Azure Radio, and I have the fabulous Z.A.M official is in the building. Hello, Queens. How are you?
Hello. We're good. How are you?
I'm phenomenal. So I heard about you guys through Star. She is absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
And so
shout out to Connect Stars. Ooh.
Yeah, right? Definitely Connect Stars. Most definitely. Shout out to your management as well. So first and foremost, how in the world did y'all come up with your name?
So our name is the first initial of each of our actual names put together. So Z.A.M, I'm Alex, this is Mika. Together we're Z.A.M. You can see it on her hoodie.
Beautiful. And so what made you guys want to start creating music together?
So actually, Goldie started making music about a few years ago, 2017, and me and Rusty were her biggest fans. You know, we went to the studio with her a couple of times. We kind of saw the process, and then during COVID, we moved together to Miami. And we decided we're going to try to do it all together. You know, we went to a studio session. Rusty went in and helped her write a hook for a song. And things just started to like flow naturally all together when we started doing it. So we knew that we could do anything all together. We used to do each other's, you know, makeup, hair, eyebrows, this, that. Anything we did together was always a success. So we thought, why not combine all of our talents and make music together? And, you know, we never really got any negative, you know, comments from anybody. Everybody always loved our music and loved like the energy that we gave out. So we just kept growing and growing and growing from there.
Yeah.
That's definitely what's up. Oh my goodness. I love your energy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So so you guys do a combination of hip hop and R&B, correct?
Yes.
What made you decide to go that route as opposed to just doing a basic pop?
I think it first started when, if we go back to that studio session that Mika was just mentioning, Mika was originally going to be the manager. It was going to be Z.A.M, Alex, manager. Until we were still going to be Z.A.M, but until we went to that studio session and she wanted me to lay something on the mic. And I'm like, okay, go lay a reference on the mic for me and then I'll do it right over. And she got sing. So
we were like, so manager.
Yeah, that's when we really just started trying a lot of different things, just trying to be versatile, singing on the mic, rapping on the mic, just trying to make music for everybody. And that's what's been the funnest route for us.
Yeah. We basically, like, every time we hear a beat, we kind of just let ourselves come out on the beat. So like whatever we're vibing, however we feel, whatever we think the song should sound like, we always just do that on the mic. So really all of our music is just a representation of us and our energy and our vibes at that time, no matter like what it is that we're feeling. So we love our music.
Love it. We have so many different styles of music. Like it'd be so hard for us sometimes to play music for people because you're like, what song would they like? Because we have this route, this route, this route.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, because I've heard more of the hip hop stuff and I heard a little bit of the R&B. I cannot wait to hear the album because I know it's going to be fire.
We got a lot to come.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So what's the biggest misconception that you guys have when people, do interviews or you go to concerts? Like, what's the biggest thing, the first thing people think about you that you just know for sure isn't true?
That we're
18.
Yeah, literally everybody thinks we're so young. We've actually all went to college, graduated. We have bachelor's degrees. Mika has her master's degree.
Her graduation is today. Clap it up for her.
Congratulations.
She's not going. She's
yes.
I'm going to watch it on TV.
That's super dope.
Yeah, so we're older, but we're more experienced in areas that sometimes like artists don't get to, go to school and things like that. But we always say like whatever route is for you, do it that way. Like if you get to go to school first and then, dip into your artistry, that's cool. But if you start out as an artist and then, you want to get some education later, you don't go to school at all, whatever it is, just make sure that you follow your path 100%, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're happy in whatever it is that you're doing. That's like the biggest thing. A lot of people do things because they feel like it's what they have to do, but they're not genuinely happy in what they're doing. Like, be happy. You have one life to live. You know what I mean?
Only one.
Yeah, I'm definitely like an example of that. I always thought like I had to go school, job, work. And like I never took the time to go back to like things that I actually love, which was music. I was a dancer for so many years competitively. Me and Alex cheered together. So it was like all this art that we kind of like shoved to the side to like take life seriously and do everything that we were supposed to do. And it's like, there's so many other things in life that you can actually enjoy. Right. So make sure that you get to those things for sure.
Right.
Absolutely. And that's really important when it comes to, living your dream. I think the fact that you guys got together during quarantine, when most people are so afraid to get together, and you guys collabed and was like, you know what, we're not going to just work. We're going to live and work together so we can get this music done.
Yeah, it was actually really crazy how it happened because Mika was still getting her master's up in Westfield, and Rosti was in Harlem at the Brain Institute working, and I was already down in Miami. I'd been telling them for months, like, you guys are going to move down here, and they're like, I don't know. Mika was more on board, so it was kind of like, I don't really know.
We were both in relationships.
They were both in relationships. That was a big part. But I was like, no, you guys are going to move here. They came to visit for COVID to look for apartments so that they would move in June once she was done with school. And the day they were supposed to go back basically to their jobs and everything to school, everything got shut down. The whole world got shut down. And I was like, see, now you guys don't have to leave anymore.
Flights canceled, couldn't move. So everything just went online and we just never went home.
Yeah. So we just we stood in a 1-bedroom apartment for 4 months. We trapped it out for a little bit, but that gave us time to like really get into our like creative bag. Mm-hmm. We had like a lamp with a mic on it. It wasn't the best setup, but like that's how we started like getting our first practice on the mic. Well, me and Rosti, we got our first times on the mic and stuff like that. So we got to like really experience what it's like to like start writing music and things like that. So it was like a really cool experience actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's dope. That's dope. So where has been your most favorite place to perform so far?
Like a state. Atlanta. Atlanta has great vibes every time we perform in Atlanta. Like good energy. They're always like accepting of us. We've performed on the street in Atlanta, like just a little performance, and people like will pull their cars over, they'll beep their horns, they follow you. They're like good energy.
I love that great vibes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's definitely what's up. So what was the very first gig that y'all did together?
It was somewhere in Florida. It was
Titusville, Florida.
It was like this big, like, I don't know, it was during COVID.
I could call it a barbecue.
Yeah,
a
it was
backyard
like,
barbecue.
But with a lot of people.
a
Huge
lot of
stage,
people, and
huge
it was
stage.
like during COVID, so I don't know. It was
No one had masks.
Yeah, it was very, very much like probably not supposed to be going on, but there was a lot of people there, and we performed a song that we actually hadn't written ourselves. So it was like we just kind of got the experience of like, okay, being on stage, having mics. Actually, we might have only had one mic, and we had to like
we did.
back and
We
forth.
had like one mic.
But we got really positive feedback from like the people that we were working with at the time, the crowd, like the ladies in the crowd and stuff like that. We were performing like some club songs, so like stuff to get people's energy, but we've definitely gotten much better since.
Yeah.
But that show was still lit.
That show was very much fun.
Said you guys do a lot of different genres. So what is your favorite kind of music to perform or write?
It would be different for all three of us.
Yeah, I like the hype stuff. Like my favorite is like the hype, like rap, like get everybody like up, jumping, going.
I prefer the R&B. I love to try to sing on the mic as best as I can.
And I'm a Gemini, so I'm in the middle. I really like that gutter rap. Like, I love coming hard on a track, but I also like doing it with my raspy voice, still coming hard. So it's just like sort of like those little parts of the songs. Those are my favorites.
Like melodic rap, I guess I would say for myself, like whenever I can like get my bars in there, but also like
sing a little bit.
Yeah, sing a little bit. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I think what's so funny is that when you were talking about the fact that you know, that you like the hard rap, I was like, I was listening to the records and I'm like, okay, they're just definitely hardcore rap girls, and I'm like, they're so sweet. Like you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? If y'all are super,
like right now,
if y'all listen to their Instagram, or you've seen their YouTube, like their records are super hardcore. You know, I got this. I see you have a diamond sponsor. Shout out to that. I said yes.
Wait, what is
with a diamond sponsor?
A diamond sponsor, yeah. It's actually the owner of our label. Shout out to
diamond sponsor, honey.
Yeah. Shout out to Wholesale Jewelry King. We signed to him the top of this year, so that's where our inspiration for our singles Diamonds. That's actually dropping May 18th. Next week. We got 5 days?
Yeah,
5 days.
They
We have a
countdown.
single dropping Diamonds. That's where that inspiration came from. Connecting with him this year. So
So y'all connected with him first and then said, you know what, your stuff is so dope, we're gonna make a song about it.
Somewhat, Like, we got a beats from Cheese Beats, a producer, Grammy winning. Shout out to him. He's amazing in the studio. He sent us over some beats before we were supposed to work with him, and one of them had this cool little sample he had put on it talking about like diamonds on my finger. So we heard that and we were like, oh, this is cool. You know, like we just signed to a jeweler. Let's see what we could come up with for this song. So that's how that one came into play.
That's definitely what's up. So are you guys going to be dropping an EP?
Yes.
What's the So have y'all thought about a date for the EP, or what's the
so we're thinking about a summer EP. It has a lot of banging summer tracks on that you just want to roll your windows down, vibe out to. So I'm so excited for everyone to hear. As for the date, we're looking around July.
We don't have an exact
We don't have an
date
exact date yet, but that's definitely coming soon.
Yeah, it'll have that R&B stuff on it that you're looking for, as well as like that hard rap too. We're gonna keep it a pretty versatile on the EP.
Yeah,
everything you want to play at your summer barbecue.
West Coast vibes, East Coast vibes. It's gonna be really dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice little everything's
That's definitely what's up. So definitely let me know so I can make sure I put in the rotation at Danaya Azure Radio on next
yes,
for sure. So what's the one thing that you guys want to achieve with your music? What's the main goal that y'all want to achieve with your music?
I would say for myself, an international audience. Like we don't ever want to stop at like a certain audience. Like we want to make music for everybody. We want to blow the world away.
Right.
Pretty much.
Definitely.
That's a big goal for us.
Yeah,
definitely to like inspire. You know what I mean? Like inspire just like a new wave in this industry. You know, so many females come into this rap game and they feel like they gotta get their bodies done. They gotta rap about their bodies. They gotta rap about this, that, and the third. Just know, like, you know, you could do what you love and how you want to do it, you know what I mean, and still make a way in this industry. You don't have to conform to what everybody thinks the stereotypical way of a female rapper is.
Don't ever have to follow a trend when it comes to an art like music.
Yeah, like, yeah, you're the artist at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
So make music that you like, not that you think the world is gonna like, because once you think that you're hot, everybody else is gonna think you're hot.
You gotta keep that confidence with you.
How important was it for you guys to stand out when it came to your music?
Say that again?
How important was it for you guys to stand out when it came to your music?
Very important. Yeah. Just because like that's like what our vibe and our energy is. Like when we like go into different rooms and we go to like parties or things like that, we're always like we want to play you our music, like listen to this, like, and people usually like gravitated towards us. So it was like, you know, we wanted to definitely stand out from anybody else because we are like, we stand
very
out.
unique.
We're different. Yeah, we're different type of
even
girls.
even before the music, like people would kind of gravitate towards us at college parties and things like that, and be like, you know, like, what do you guys do? We're just like, you know, we're just in school, but like now we make music and we want to keep that same vibe that we gave to people before the music in our music. You know, we don't want to change on anybody because we know so many people from before the music. You know, we want them to be able to look at us as we get bigger and be like, they're the same girls they were in college, in high school. Right. You know what I mean?
And one of the first people that we ever worked with once told us that, like, we are the most accepting people that he's ever met. Like, we would never judge anybody. And we just, like, we want to stay that way. We want to stay, like, open when it comes to making the music, and also with people that, like, are going to become fans and things like that. Like, we're just open people. We're down for whatever.
We're regular degulars.
You know, I think that's the cool thing about it is that, like, your energy comes off as, you know, just very genuine, and the music is dope, and I already know y'all career is gonna flourish. You know?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We're working.
Right. So what? So individually, what do you want your legacy to be?
Never got this question before.
Never.
Okay, what do I want my legacy to be? I think something that's very important to me, I want my legacy to be very, very Black. I'm a person that's very about just like right now, like our team, we've always dreamed of having a Black female manager, and we got that. Him.
Check. Joy Management.
Shout out to Joy Management. You know what I mean? Just rooted in Black culture, you know, because a lot of different platforms that we're eventually going to have to get to, you know, Universal, all these different things, you know what I mean? You're not going to see your representation as much as you would like. So I really just want my legacy to, you know, pave the way or open an opportunity for everyone that may not have one otherwise.
Oh, I'm next. Can you go next?
I guess I want my legacy, like I want to shift the world in some way. Like I want to be able to say that either like Z.A.M or Mika, like, you know, when they came through, like everything changed or something changed, like anything that can affect a great amount of people. That's like what I want in my legacy, like to help people. Like I remember listening to music as a kid, and music like saved my life as a kid. Like the songs that I would listen to at night or things like that when I was having a bad day, even at the young age of like 7, 8, 9 years old, you know what I mean? Like I want to, you know, affect a lot of people in a positive way.
I agree with that. Like when I think about the music and like what I want to like leave behind, like way down the line once we're done with it and everything, is truly just like I want people to see that Z.A.M made a difference, you know, that Goldie made a difference, that we really did change something in this industry. Because, you know, same thing with me, like my mom was that mom that never let me have a TV in my room growing up. So the only thing I had was a little alarm radio, and I would listen to the radio all day, all night whenever I was in my room. So music really touched me, and it really got me through a lot of hard times in my life, same as Mika. So I want to be that person that I could say, like, I changed somebody's life through my music. You know what I mean? I taught people something.
Leave your mark.
Just leave the mark with people feeling good. I don't want anybody to have any negative energy like towards us, you know what I mean? So that's why we always spread so much positive.
Yeah, we want our music to be a release for other people.
That's what's so important, is about creating that legacy and creating those building blocks for the next generation. You know, especially when you are a female artist, you want to make sure that you set a precedent. I think a lot of people are so just comfortable with being the next whoever. You know, everyone wants to be the next Cardi, want to be the next Nicki, but why not be the best you?
You,
So
exactly.
that you are that example.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Exactly.
it.
They
Right.
did.
You got it. That's
You got it. We love Cardi. We love Nicki. You know what I mean? But like, we're definitely don't push to be any particular artist. You know, we push to be the best of us.
Yeah, we push to be Z.A.M.
We push to hopefully, you know, have them features from Cardi and Nicki, but but we definitely want to be our own representation. We don't want anybody to compare us to anybody. You know, like a lot of times people be like, oh, y'all remind me of TLC or like Destiny's Child. You know, we're like, you know, TLC is pretty cool and we like getting the TLC, but even with that, like with Destiny's Child, like they had Beyonce was like the head of Destiny's Child. You everybody knew that. Destiny was Beyonce was it, and then there was Kelly and Michelle. We are all equal on everything. Like we hate when people come to us and they're like, "Oh, you're the leader, or you're the leader, you're the leader, you're the main person." You know what I mean? Like we always look at them like, "No, there's no main person. Like we're best friends equally, and we're equally in this music together as well." So we really just don't like when we get compared to people because we're definitely just us.
Definitely maintain that because there are people that are going to try to break that up. So if you long as y'all maintain that and understand how important it is to collaborate and understand that Z.A.M is an entity on its own, you guys are gonna rock it.
Right. Luckily, we've had like our friendship for so many years before. You know, me and Mika met in high school, and then we met Rasti in college. So we already had like that solid foundation with our friendship before we started making the music together. So that's really what like holds us down, like when it comes to people like making comments.
Definitely, like I said, it's all about having that small circle and having that genuine team that's gonna keep you grounded.
Right.
Y'all definitely have that.
Thank you.
So who was one artist that you want to collaborate with, living or dead?
Living or dead?
Correct.
Wow. Living or dead. That opens up the spectrum.
Oh my goodness.
Like, really wide. Like, oh my goodness.
Okay, my
favorite artist right now living is probably like Lil Baby. Like since he came on the scene, like I really like it. I like his flow, I like his style. It's hard to understand him for some people because of his accent, but when you really listen to like what he's saying, like I really, really mess with like what he be talking about, how he puts his bars together and everything. And then dead, like I'd want to work with like Whitney Houston, like dead, like get like on like a R&B track with her.
There's
you know
so many people that have passed away.
Yeah, there's so many dope people that have passed away, but like I don't know, something about like Whitney Houston, like the way she sings.
I would say like Nicki for sure. Like if we got a track with Nicki, that would be crazy.
Right.
And dead, like I would have to say like. This is weird, but like Juice WRLD, like I would say,
she likes Juice WRLD a lot.
Like,
that'd be really cool.
I think I would like that. That would be fire. That would be a fire.
I think for living, it would have to be. I'm picking J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm picking J. Cole living. I'm also picking Jill Scott and Erykah Badu living. Ooh. For sure, those are legends. As for the dead. I think I'm picking Biggie and Tupac.
I was gonna say,
I'm picking Biggie and Tupac for sure.
Yeah,
I love your choices. I love how your choices vary.
Right.
You know, and I love how your choices were artists that are just incredibly iconic. Right. So where's the first place that y'all want to perform at when COVID is over and everything can go back to semi?
I want to do Rolling Loud. I'm trying to do Rolling Loud this year.
Yeah, Rolling Loud for sure.
Yeah, for sure, Rolling Loud.
And what's the one in Chicago?
Lyrical
Lemonade. Yeah. That looks so dope. Like
South
festivals,
by Southwest.
Yeah, big festivals
that outside,
have, outdoor. Nice. Like that's just our vibe. We could like jump up and down, move around, crowd surf, like that crazy vibe. Like that's what we want to do for sure.
Awesome. So, what's one thing that your fans don't know about you?
I suck my thumb.
That's
something they don't know. It's something they don't know, but I have to fall asleep. I got to.
Oh my God. We're telling the deepest, darkest right now.
That is an exclusive. I
That,
I don't be telling people that really, like, but I do. I suck my thumb to fall asleep because it's comforting.
Woo, that was
trust me, I'm sure a lot of people do at this point. It's just been stressful, child. Look,
I compete with that. Oh, okay, I can. I have scoliosis. My spine is curved.
Yeah.
Really?
They have all these medical defects. I don't know what to say.
I don't have a
So how does that?
She's looking at my
What
body.
have you done to help yourself to cope with
how-
scoliosis?
What is it?
What have you done to help yourself cope with scoliosis? That's really hard because it's really hard. It's really hard for you to move. So
Right. I was diagnosed when I was, I want to say 12. So like I had to wear a back brace for a little while, but then I stopped wearing it because it was very uncomfortable. So I'm just dealing with the curvature, and I stretch and I work out, and like exercising those muscles like really helps with your back.
She's kind of taught herself, especially through cheerleading, how to like straighten her body, to be honest.
Yeah. I was also a ballerina for years, so I had to like learn how to stay in line with my crooked self. Yeah. You could say about your dreads.
I think people know that.
How long you've had them? They don't know how long.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've had my dreadlocks since I was 3.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know.
Since you were 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
25 now.
Yeah, so they are like 20.
They have a lot of wisdom in them.
22-year-old dreads.
Right.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So your mom decided just to, just like, okay, we're tired of doing your hair all the time. So we're gonna dread it out.
Yeah, and my family's from St. Martin, so my dad had dreads, and I was really tender-headed. So it was just like their decision. They were just like, it'll just be easier if we just lock her up, so we don't have to do our hair as much. So that's what happened.
Child, don't blame me. Trust me. It looks fabulous.
Now she has these beautiful dreads.
Yeah, I'm
love
grateful.
them.
Exactly.
Tell her she's
Gorgeous
not cutting them.
And you can play around and color them, everything. So
Yep.
that's
Right.
exactly.
I dread my shit.
Man, I guess what I love about you guys is that your energy is just absolutely off the chain.
Oh,
And,
thank
you.
And you stand out because your personalities just mesh so well.
Thank you. We love getting those compliments because, like, obviously us being us and, like, being together for so long, like, we don't get to really feel what everybody feels because it's what we give off, So whenever, like, those compliments come to us and, like, luckily it's, like, often, we're just, like, so grateful that those are the feelings that we're bringing to people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's important, especially when it comes to being a performer, because the energy that you give up on stage is what the crowd's going to give back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I talk about whenever you go to a show, pay attention to the energy that you're giving to the artist because you feed off of each other.
Right.
And that's, and that's how the whole vibe is going to be.
Right.
If your vibe is messed up, the artist is going to feel awkward.
Right.
But if the artist comes on, their vibe is right, give them all the energy that you can so that whether there is 1 or 100,000 people in the room, they still feel the same and they still understand that they're giving a quality show and you want to be there and you're coming there to support them. And the more you do that, that's how you actually build relationships with artists.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. But like I said, I love the fact that you're like, wait, you think we're little, but we're college students. Thank you. Like, graduated.
Right. Yeah, people think we're so young.
So what advice do you have for young girls that are trying to get into the industry, specifically thinking about going into hip hop?
I would say stay true to yourself no matter what your audience is, who's around you. Don't worry about what other people think. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to do, stay true to yourself and just do it.
Right.
Go in 100% with what you want to do. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
Right. My advice that I love to give is a lot of people like dream of being an artist, or anything that they want to do. They dream about it. Try not to think about it so much as a dream and more as a goal and how you can work each day to get towards that goal. Like you have to really, if you really want something, you have to throw yourself into it 100%. You can't slack on it at all. Like the minute you start slacking is the minute you're getting farther from reaching it, So that's my advice?
My tip with that would be to My tip would be to educate yourself for real. Wake up in the morning, eat your cereal, watch a YouTube video on songwriting, producers. Just educate yourself so that when you walk into a room, a man, a woman, no one that has maybe been in this business longer than you could dupe you. You just want to be educated. So you can be like, that's not what I learned, or that's not what my lawyer told me. You know what I mean? You just want to be locked and loaded at all times.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And the last one that we all three agree on together is lawyers before chains. Absolutely. Get yourself a lawyer before you try to get yourself cute, because they're really who's going to help you.
Wait. Can y'all say that one more time for people in the back?
We said lawyers before chains. Period. You got to.
You gotta.
It's very important that you find yourself a lawyer, even if you don't have management yet. Maybe you don't even have a label yet, you know what I mean? But get yourself a lawyer, because they're really going to help you with anything and everything that you need in this industry. They understand all sides of it.
Mm-hmm. It's about longevity.
Honey, they said lawyers before you even get a manager. Do you understand me? They said we will not be the next whatever instant 90s group named here.
Exactly.
Talking about we didn't get we didn't get our coins 20 years later. They said, oh no, we will not be going down that route.
We will not. No NWA here, no TLC here. You know what I mean? None of that. We're going to get paid.
Period. Because they're going to get their coin. They want to be able to keep those diamonds, honey. Look.
Right. Exactly. I don't want to have to sell my diamonds.
Own their diamonds. Ladies, y'all are absolutely amazing. Tell everyone where they can find you at, download your music, all of that.
Thank you so much. We are Z.A.M Official. You can get us on Instagram, Z.A.M Official, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all that. We're on every platform, Z.A.M Official. Shout out to our management, Joy Management, our label, the Wholesale Jewelry King, WSJ King Entertainment. And thank you so much for having us here on your show. We really appreciate it.
We had a great time.
Yes. You asked some awesome questions.
Yes.
And again, Diamonds drops May 18th. It's going to be available on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, all that. And we have 2 singles out right now, so you can go check us out on Apple Music and Spotify.
Yeah, go check out and follow Z.A.M because they're definitely doing damn thing. They're doing some phenomenal work. We'll definitely be talking, because I designed Joey, so we'll definitely be talking later on. So
For sure.
Tell everybody
we'll definitely
family.
Connect. Yeah, let me know when y'all in Chicago so we can connect for sure.
Okay, yes. Perfect. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, it was a pleasure. Have a wonderful day. Take care.
Bye.
Hey, what's up? It's Danaya Azure. Be sure to follow me all over social media at Danaya Azure, DANAYAAZURE, and like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Danaya Designs for You, facebook.com/Danaya Azure Radio, and be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. Just type in Danaya Azure.
Next Legacy.